You asked me to figure out where this video was recorded, so I did. Hi, I'm Jose Monkey, and I find people who ask to be found. I think some of you guys may have figured out that I'm a bit of a Star Wars fan.
Hey man, you look like a Star Wars fan, no offense.
As a result, I occasionally receive Star Wars-themed Find Me requests. You might remember that back in Season 1, Episode 277, I found someone wearing a Scout Trooper uniform in Benton, Arkansas. At the time, I mentioned that I'd love to see other people doing Star Wars cosplay. Not long after that, I was excited to see that someone sent me this video of themselves wearing a Stormtrooper outfit. Why is it always Stormtroopers, though? Are there any Twi'lek pilots or, Princess Leia cosplayers that need to be found? I'm just kidding, guys. I love to see it, and I'd be happy to find you if you were dressed as a Gamorrean guard. Anyway, let's get to the video. So what can we see? The video starts with this trooper removing their helmet to ask to be found.
Jose Monkey, I want you to find me.
And that's a really good idea, by the way. If you're going to send me a video where your face is covered, please remove whatever's covering your face before you ask to be found so I can tell it's the actual audio from the video. Or just hold up a sign instead. Anyway, after that, they turn the camera all around and show me their surroundings. One of the first views that we get shows us that there's a road here and also some buildings on the other side of the road. One of the buildings has a whole bunch of flagpoles, but there wasn't really any wind, so I couldn't see if there was a state flag or anything that would help. I also noticed that there was an ambulance driving by. I'll come back to that. As they turn the camera, we can see that there's a building here that has kind of a rounded roof and what looks like a striped awning. I got the sense that maybe it was a restaurant, but that was kind of a hunch. I wasn't really sure. As they turn the camera a bit more, we can see that there's a body of water here and some hills or mountains just beyond that. We can also see that there's a walkway here and a fence alongside of it. And there's this one spot in the fence that looks like it has a gate, and I got the sense that maybe there was a set of steps that was right there that led down to the water, but I wasn't really sure. Anyway, they turn the camera all around and show us mostly the same stuff. At one point, I did notice that we can see this billboard here with this person's face on it, but I couldn't really read any of it. And I noticed that there were some power lines by the road here. Okay, so that ambulance looks pretty generic, but I was thinking maybe I could find photos of ambulances that looked like that so that could tell me where it was from. So I did some searching, and I actually came up with a few different matches. I found that the Chicago Fire Department ambulances look like this. So do the Chattanooga-Hamilton County EMS emergency vehicles. And I found another possible match in Renton, Washington. So those were kind of all over the place. So I figured I could go check out those places and see which ones were near a body of water that might have a place like this. But guys, all those places have a place like this. Renton, Washington is right on Lake Washington. The Tennessee River cuts right through Chattanooga. And Chicago, of course, is on Lake Michigan. I ruled out Chicago right away, though, because even though there is a lakefront trail there, when the person did a 360, we would have seen large buildings right away. So it wasn't Chicago. I looked at a place called the Gene Coulon Memorial Beach Park in Renton, Washington, and that seemed like it could be the right spot, but I didn't see anything that told me it was definitely right away. So I went to go look at Chattanooga. And there I found the Tennessee Riverwalk, which is a 13-mile-long riverside path. That also looked like it could be the place. I went back to that video again to see if I missed any clues. And I looked at it for a while, and I nearly kicked myself when I saw that there were words on this one building, and I thought that you could make out the word Tennessee. So based on that, I figured Chattanooga had to be right. Like I said, the Tennessee Riverwalk was a pretty big area to check. But I was encouraged when I looked at a few different spots and I found some fences that looked very much like what I saw in the video. So I pulled up the satellite view and just started scanning around looking for any places along the river that might have a building that looked like that one with the rounded roof that we see in the video. And guys, I spent a while looking at the various buildings along the south shore of the river where the Riverwalk is. And I looked at a lot of wrong places, but I eventually found this spot. We had a building that looked like it might have a rounded roof. We had a parking lot that seemed like the one we see in the video. It looked like there might be a set of stairs here that were in approximately the place that I would expect to find them if I was right about what I saw in the video. And near the road, we had some power lines and a billboard. So I zoomed in to check it out. And guys, that was it. You were in this parking lot near the Tennessee Riverwalk in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I used Google Street View to confirm all the details. Here's that building with the rounded roof. It's the Boathouse Rotisserie and Raw Bar. I also confirmed that that building did in fact say Tennessee on it. And we could see the Riverwalk itself. Oh, that person on the billboard is Ryan Baxter from Ultimate Roofing. Hey Ryan. I don't know who this other guy is. Okay, it's time to check which previous location was closest to this one. And this time it was a really close one. Back in Lightning Round 7, I found a place in Chattanooga, Tennessee that was very close to this place. It is only a little over a mile or just under 2 kilometers away from this spot. In fact, I bet if you walk down to the river, you could probably look to the left and see it. That's all for now, guys. If anybody else wants me to find them, send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Jose Monkey at Post Office Box. I'm just kidding, guys. Based on the number of people who I see commenting, "Yo, I bet you can't find me. How do I submit a video?" I get the sense that not everyone is watching to the end of these videos. So I figured I'd just see how many people were still paying attention. So if you're still watching at this point, thank you for watching the entire video. And as a bonus, here's my dog Chopper. Say hi, Chop.